Hi, I'm Becca Bainbridge, and I will be presenting on the effects of mindset on your digestive system. Many people think the gut and our digestive system exist solely to break down our food. Few people realize, however, that our gut is deeply connected to the central nervous system and acts as our body's second brain. There is an abundance of literature out there that talks about the foods we eat and how it affects our brain. However, I want to delve into what goes on in our brain, such as stress and worry or joy and elation, and how that affects our gut and digestive system. This connection has wide implications, and clients and professionals alike need to have a thorough understanding of the ways mindset can affect our digestion. The gut and the brain are directly connected by the vagus nerve, which sends signals in both directions, resulting in the gut being affected by almost every emotion that our brain has. Because of this, the mind-body connection of the vagus nerve has dramatic effects on our body and our digestive system. The enteric nervous system is known as our second brain and controls digestion. Our gut-brain axis is the communication between our central nervous system, or brain, and our enteric nervous system, our gastrointestinal tract. Our enteric nervous system is greatly affected by our parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous systems. For example, before giving a presentation, you most likely will have butterflies in your stomach. This is your brain signaling to your gut that there is a stressor in the environment. Because of this constant interaction between the brain and the gut, it is clear that one's mindset greatly affects the digestive system. Functional gastrointestinal disorders are the most common GI disorder in the United States and are most commonly diagnosed as irritable bowel syndrome. There are no physical signs for the patient's discomfort, which cause the patient to look normal on the outside. This causes the patient to feel very frustrated and discouraged. Physicians, however, have been starting to implement complementary therapies to treat these patients with functional gastrointestinal diseases, such as mindfulness, acupuncture, cognitive behavioral therapy, nutritional counseling, etc. What we know now about the gut-brain connection can be used to one's advantage in treating these gut disorders. But when left misunderstood or unrecognized, this connection can greatly negatively affect the body of even the most healthy appearing individuals. Take, for example, imagine a client of yours is at a wedding. They arrive with a positive mindset. They're having fun mingling with their friends, they're dancing, and they're thoroughly enjoying the food that is served to them. Now, imagine a client at the same wedding, but under different circumstances. They arrive late to the wedding, so they are stressed and agitated. They are seated at a table with people they don't like, and the outfit they're wearing is uncomfortable. When the food is served, they have stress and worry about the caloric intake and the sugar of the meal and the cake. They start to think about what they can do the next day to burn off all those calories. Digestion will most likely be affected very differently between these two scenarios, because of this communication between the gut and the brain. In the first example, the client is stress-free and has a positive, carefree attitude, living in the present moment. This causes the parasympathetic, or rest and digest, nervous system to be activated, priming their body for digestion. Their saliva is increased, their peristalsis is activated, their digestive enzymes are released, and blood vessels leading to the gastrointestinal tract are dilated, priming their body for optimal digestion. The second example, on the other hand, the client is stressed, agitated, and dwelling in this negative mental state, which caused their sympathetic, or fight or flight, nervous system to be activated. Their saliva and digestive enzymes decrease, their cortisol and adrenaline are released, their muscles tense up, and the blood flow is diverted away from their digestive organs, and the movement of their food through their GI tract slows down. This is obviously not the ideal way to consume your meal and is all caused by the mindset of the client. Although a negative mindset can significantly impact your gut-brain axis, the prefrontal cortex allows us to learn and adopt new behaviors. Cognitive behavioral therapy, hypnosis, acupuncture, and mindfulness-based stress reduction are all therapies that have been used to deprogram our brain's previous wiring and negative thought patterns to get to the root cause of their illness. Mindless eating can be a powerful detriment to optimal gut health. There are many distractions in our daily life that cause chronic mindless eating, which in turn can result in functional gastrointestinal disorders. Even the act of multitasking, which does not seem stressful, can activate that sympathetic or fight or flight stress response, preventing the body from optimally digesting the food. The practice of mindful eating, however, involves engaging all of your senses: taste, smell, sound, sight, and touch. Mindful eating is potentially the easiest and most effective way to encourage an optimal mental state for consuming your food. The practice focuses on being fully present with one's food and direct experience of eating, so as not to allow any negative mental formations to impede your digestion process. Before even putting the food in your mouth, ask yourself, am I really hungry? Is my hunger emotional or physical? Am I too preoccupied with my ruminating thoughts to truly enjoy my food? Once deciding to eat, look at your food and take 5 mindful deep breaths. Show gratitude and appreciation for your meal. Expressing gratitude has been shown to decrease anxiety and depression. Also, just by smelling and looking at your food will signal to your brain that it is time to prep the body for digestion. As you're taking the first bite, consciously observe and savor the flavor and textures of your food, and make sure to chew thoroughly. Avoid labeling your food such as good, bad, healthy, and unhealthy. Once you form a negative association with your food, you start to fear it, causing that sympathetic or fight or flight nervous system to activate, halting that digestion process. Lastly, take notice of your internal cues of satiety that your body is giving you. From the book Savor, Mindful Eating, Mindful Life by Thich Nhat Hanh, I'll be leading you through a mindful eating exercise. First, find an apple. Hold the apple in your hand and ask yourself, will I be too distracted by my stresses and worries to truly enjoy what this apple has to offer me? I'm sure most of us, including myself, would say yes to this. Let's experiment with an exercise in mindful eating so we can truly learn to enjoy and savor our food. Number 1, make sure there are no distractions around you before you start to eat your apple, such as the TV, your computer, your homework, or make sure you're not walking or driving. Stop and take 2 intentional breaths while observing the apple. What color is it? What does it look like? What does it smell like? Are there any bruises, or is it completely blemish-free? Take a moment and express gratitude for your apple and its connection to the earth. Finally, take a bite and slowly chew it 20 to 30 times before swallowing. Only focus on eating the apple. What does it feel like in your mouth? Is it chewy, crisp, mealy? What does it taste like? Is it sweet? Is it bitter? Is it sour? Savor and appreciate the apple and the nourishment it is bringing to your body. Most of us are eating on autopilot. However, by truly engaging in the present moment while you are eating, you are in the rest and digest mode and can fully reap the benefits from the food you are nourishing your body with. The mind-body connection has a powerful impact on our body. Although possessing the ability to cause deep and potentially life-threatening effects, our mind-gut connection also has the ability to help heal and assist our GI distress and disease. It is through that connection that issues can arise, but luckily, with the right practices and peaceful mental states, It is also through this connection that we can bring balance and optimal well-being to our bodies. Thank you, and I hope you can savor your food.